Hello, Emily here from CURRENTBODY. So this is the TriPollar Pose. It's one of our most popular products and it works on tightening and refining the skin. So its sister product is called the TriPollar Stop, and that's to be used on the face. The Pose is to be used on the body, and there are a number of different areas that you can work on. So it's designed for use on the front of the abdomen and the waist, then on the thigh and the buttocks. And you can also use it on the forearm and the back of the arm as well, which I know is a problem area for a lot of women especially. So the way the device works is it harnesses radio frequency. Now, you've been able to have TriPollar treatments in the salon for a number of years, and a few years ago the company decided to harness the same technology so that its users could continue the treatments at home. Let me run you through what you get in the box. So once you open it up, you can see there, that is the device itself, and I'll tell you in a minute about how that actually works. You've then got your instruction manual, nice and easy, and then you get a fantastic instructional DVD that really runs you through the details of exactly how to use the device. And to me, this is absolutely invaluable. If you're able to watch something like this, you know you're doing it right, you know you're going to make the most out of your device. Then you've got your power supply, and now the power supply does come with a few different plugs for it, so you can sort of adapt them in. So there's a European plug, and there's also a UK plug there. So that means that, you know, if you are working out of the country, you can use the different things. You don't need to worry about taking an adapter. And then finally, it comes with a TriPollar preparation gel. So let me explain a bit about that. So because the device uses radio frequency, the bottom of the device has 4 prongs, and what they do is they emit very low level electric sort of light beams into the skin. What that does is it warms the skin layers, it travels right down into the lower layer of the dermal layer, and it warms those skin cells, which has a couple of effects. The first one is that it warms any liquid fat which is in those cells, and then they are dispersed. And that's the kind of fat that, however much you go to the gym and however much you eat well, there are those stubborn areas that we all know we can't get rid of. And that's what the TriPollar is designed to work on. And also what it does when it's warmed like that, it heats the collagen cells, which immediately gives a tightening effect. So you do get an instant effect, but also in the longer term, where the heat is sort of changing those collagen cells, it wants them then to produce new collagen cells and also produce more elastin. And of course, we have a certain amount of collagen in our bodies when we're born. We lose it over time, hence we get wrinkles and that sort of thing. So, you know, it really does have a few different effects. And what you need the preparation gel for is that that actually conducts the electric current and the low sort of level light beam into the dermal layer. And it is vital that you use the preparation gel that TriPollar sell. So you can use it before you do the actual treatment, and you just need to spread a thin layer on the area that you're working on. It doesn't need to be a huge amount, and that just conducts the electricity through. So that is the gel, and you do get a little sort of a spatula thing with it to sort of spread it around the area nice and evenly. So they do recommend, TriPollar, that you perform a certain number of treatments per week. It's 3 to 4 per week to start with, and you do that for a 6 to 8 week period. After that time, you can move on to a maintenance program where you only need to do it every 2 to 3 weeks. But many of our users who report great effects with TriPollar have said that they like to do it a bit more than that because they love the effects so much. So the reason they do it for that amount of time is that it does take 8 weeks to produce new collagen. So once you've hit that 8-week mark, you are going to suddenly see that marked improvement on the area you're working on. And the final thing I must explain to you about is the fact that you've got the 4 prongs, and in the centre there, you've got a little thermometer. So as you're moving it around the area that you're working on, the skin heats up as the heat is sort of taken into the skin cells. And what happens is the thermometer senses that heat, and a little light comes on the base, and that tells you to move on to a different area. And to be honest, you will feel it. I tend to feel it most when I'm working on my abdomen area at the front there, and the certain areas do heat up, and that is, you know, the liquid fat getting hotter, and then it can sort of be dispersed a little, and it, you know, the thermometer gives you a warning to move on. So hopefully that will have answered some of your questions about the TriPollar Pose, but please, if you do have any more, pop them down below here and we will come back to answer them for you. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to us here at CURRENTBODY.